Case study, parental apathy, analyzed by Daniel Gray. What do we find in our reading? What do I know about the problems in this school? Well, I know we have a principal, and he thinks that everything is fine. He thinks that the parents don't want to be involved. He's against PTA and PTOs and parent organizations. He does not have much communication with the parents outside of the school day. What do we know about Miss Ross? She's going to be the new administrator, assistant principal. She's just finishing up her master's program. She wants to get parent involvement up. What do we know about the parents? Seems to me through this reading that they are uninformed. It seems that we have not had many volunteers in the past. What do we know about the situation going forward? Well, the principal has agreed to hold a meeting. Flyers have gone out. 8 parents are sitting in the cafeteria. And the question is, should they go ahead with the meeting or not? What do we need to know? Well, I'd like to know what the invitations look like. Were they attention-getting? Were they eye-appealing? Did it make you want to come to the meeting? What kind of presentation was put together for these 8 parents? Was it a question and answer kind of meeting? Was it an informative meeting? Were we going to get excited about parent involvement? And the last question I had, did they go ahead with the meeting or did they not? There are many problems that we could point to throughout this case study. I've narrowed it down to 3. In my eyes, it seems to me that there is a negative understanding of the community. It seems like the principal has built a wall up and not communicating with parents and talking to them about the issues and the problems that they have. And it's kind of like we're not going to open up that can of worms. I also think there's a lack of administration communication to the stakeholders. If we're only answering the negative side of things with parent-teacher conferences and negative phone calls. There's also poor internal and external communication going on, again starting at the top with the principal. What's my action plan to give to this assistant principal and say, here are the steps you can take? Well, I think we have to survey the community and see what our stakeholders, what our parents, what our businesses have to say about our school. I think we need to promote the school and the community in a positive way. And I think we need to improve communication outside the normal contact hours. So we're going to start with step 1, survey the community. I want to generate an interest in the community by forming specific questions. So these questions might be something like, in what way can you best serve the school? We can leave this as closed-ended, and I can say you get option 1, option 2, or option 3. Or I could leave a box underneath it and leave it open-ended. We're going to take this survey, we're going to email it to parents. We're not going to use any more than 5 to 10 questions just to get a sense of building our school communication. We're going to collect that data, we're going to present our findings to the principal. Number 2, we're going to promote the school and the community in a positive way. I'm going to tell Ms. Ross that we need to build up our school's website to show great things that are happening in this district. Doesn't matter where you teach at, if you have kids in your room, great things are happening. We're going to find those great things, we're going to push our teachers, we're going to stretch them, and we're going to get them put on our websites. We're going to have the local media come out and do a special on local achievement. Maybe it's an art gallery, maybe it's a science project, maybe it's a spelling bee. And we're going to put together a promotional video for our future parents and students that highlights our school and gets parents interested in coming, bringing their kids. Number 3, we're going to improve communication outside the normal contract hours. Here's what we need to do. We need to hold school-wide movies once a month and focus on a theme. We need to make it a point to be there. We're going to put a word up, or we're going to put a phrase up. We're going to focus our movie around that word or phrase. We're going to participate in fundraisers specific to the school. Maybe the fundraisers are going to be at the school. Maybe they're going to be at Chick-fil-A. Maybe they're going to be at the football field. We're going to get involved. I'm going to show up to other sporting events, recitals, or plays to show our support and build our relationships with these kids. How's it going to affect the students? Well, they're going to promote, we're going to have success for all students. Students are going to feel valued, they're going to have that sense of school pride, and they're going to feel included. Students feel valued based on administration showing up. Best way to be there is just to go. Students will feel that connection with their school administrator or teachers. I do it all the time in the summers. We're going to build that language and tie it into real life through our monthly movie. This is another way we can build students' value, by talking to them, by relating to them, by using language that's in these specific movies we're going to pick out and connecting with them. How are we going to build a sense of school pride, or how are they going to feel a school pride? Well, if we put together a video on school accomplishments, so we give students a sense of pride and honor, especially if they're doing these things in the classroom. We're putting together the art gallery. We're putting together the science project. We're putting together these videos and showing them off. Seeing students on the news achieving great things is priceless. We need to be sending these, getting our news company in here and getting them on TV and having had that positive experience and showing them on the news, because that's a great way to build school pride. And we need them to feel included. If we work on projects like fundraisers and getting the students and parents involved, it'll make them feel included. If we're generating ideas and plans that are just not administration ideas, teacher ideas, we're getting people involved, we're getting students involved, we're getting parents involved, that's just going to make them all feel included. What did I think when I went through this case study? Looking through the case study made me angry and it made me sad. Principal is not only going off just what parents' phone calls were, which are normally negative, but also going off what the parent conferences were, which are, again, normally negative. It seems like we need to start at the top here and get that administrator, that principal, and ask him what's best for students and get him back on, why are you here? Why are you here? How did I feel? Well, I felt sad for the community, felt sad for the school, and the new assistant principal. Even though Miss Ross, she got an A-OK to go ahead and move forward with building this community, we still had a lack of the effort by the principal. So I felt sad that the principal didn't go all in with her and really take her hand and guide her for being a new administrator, and guide her and help her in these exciting times, because that's exactly what she needed. She needed someone to show her how to do it. How do I value this situation? I'm grateful that my district is connected to their parents. I'm grateful that I have a principal that is involved. I'm glad that we have a real sense of community here in USD 323. I would hate to have a principal that was against parent organizations and against involvement. I think the unresolved issues were stated already, but I really want to know, did they have that meeting with only that 8 parents? And I hope they did. And I hope they built them up, because it takes a leader, but it takes that first follower and that second follower. And they had 8 there. And they would have built, and it would have built, and those parents would have gone back and talked to other parents and got them on board, and it could have grown into something great. I want to know, why is the principal against parent-led organizations? What happened to him? Was it that one time in the case study? Or was it something that happened earlier that we didn't read about? I want to know why the flyer was so vague and so impersonal. That's one thing we could do, is to build that flyer up. Make it eye-catching, make it appealing, making those parents want to come. And this was my reflection on parental apathy case study.